Call on your angels, come down to the city. Let's crowd around the big tree. All you strangers who know me, bring your compassion, your understanding. Lord, how we need it on this New York City Christmas. Did I record that? Hi everyone, yes, it's me again. I hope I didn't record that. Yes, what was I saying? Yes, it was, what was I saying again? Okay, now, after I received the warning from Patty, from ENSA via Patty, I wanted to get to the bottom of it. I wanted to get to the bottom of that because I know for a fact, I wanted to know the genesis of the accusation. And there was no one, I mean, I never had anyone on my side except me. And I had to work hard, you know, to basically get things done. Based on the fact I have the tenacity of a used car salesman, I was determined to find out what went down, because I know for a fact something happened. I mean, Patty took it to the extreme. She basically created a drama out of it, but something did go down. Somebody said something, and I was determined to find out who. So I racked my brain, you know, whatever was left of it, I racked it, and I came down with an answer. I came up with the answer, the real answer. I'm not making it up, and that was the real answer. That's the genesis of what had happened. The Sunday that I worked, the weekend that I worked with Katie, no, the weekend that I worked with the 30 patients on that unit for the first time, I was alone with them, with the 30 patients without any help. That was unusual because that's basically what they had done to create drama for me. You know, when they realized that there was never any complaint. Patient had never complained against me, and Patty knows that because she had come to the unit many times where patient had told her how they felt about me. So she knows my history. So therefore, there was never any complaint. I'm always very charming, very nice to all of my patients, and they loved it. And then that was the reason why I was the most hated on the unit, because all of my patients love me. They don't mean by name Jeanette this, Jeanette that, Jeanette is the best, Jeanette is this, Jeanette is that. Not because I was the best employee. I have to reiterate that. Other employees were doing their work, but I went the extra mile, like to listen to them and be there for them mentally. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? So and spiritually. Okay. When I racked my brain, I didn't sleep for like 2 nights thinking of what had happened, because I wanted to know exactly how did Patty come up with that story. She basically exaggerated it, but someone did say something. You know, whenever there's smoke, there's fire. So I wanted to know the smoke first. Okay, here's the deal, America. Listen up and listen carefully. Whoever is listening or watching, listen carefully. The Sunday that I worked with Katie, there was a male nurse named Michael. He's not a regular on the unit, but he was a float nurse. He came from a different unit. Every time I called Katie to work on our patient, Michael always volunteered to work with Katie. He said, Jeanette, why don't you go do something else? You have a lot to do. I will help Katie. At the end of the day, I was very happy that Michael had basically worked with most of the patients with Katie. So I met Katie in front of room 234. I said, Katie, can I speak with you? She came up to me and I said, Katie, I think Michael has a crush on you. Katie looked at me and said, Jeanette, I don't date men. I don't deal with men. And she went off. From that point on, each time I called her, Jennifer came in and worked with Michael. So Katie had refused to work with Michael after I told her that Michael had a crush on her. I understand everyone have their own sexual orientation. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you don't do. But, you know, she's very devious. That was her way to retaliate. The way she did it, that same Sunday, there was a patient in room 235, a tall male patient we had together. That patient was gone for the most part of the day on a procedure. When he returned, he was tired and he was agitated and he was totally, he was like restless. When I approached to take his vitals, when I took his vitals, I had a very abnormal reading. His wife was in the room and he had a home attendant sitting in the room with him. His wife said, Jeanette, he just came back, so why don't you go and come back? Maybe you'll have a better reading, you have a different number. And also based on the fact, I repeat, the blood pressure equipment at that hospital are always defective. So I didn't trust the numbers. Let me repeat that again. The blood pressure equipment at New York Presbyterian Hospital was 99.9% defective all the freaking time, most of the time. So I went to room 238 and I said I would come back after he relaxed and regrouped. Maybe I would have gotten a different number. While I was in room 238, that's when Katie came in very pissed off and said, Jeanette, how come you didn't tell me 35A's blood pressure was so high? I said, listen, Katie, I was going to go back and take it a second time. So that was the end of it. So in order for Katie to retaliate, she is devious like that. That was her way of retaliating. So she is the one who called or emailed ENSA and reported that one vital, okay? And that's it. Bingo. But I didn't tell anyone because no one give a crap. And that is what I'm saying it right now. That's why today I'm telling the world or whoever is listening, that's what happened. So in order for Patty, they wanted to confuse my freaking brain, whatever was left of it. So Patty created that drama. So I wouldn't know exactly who made the complaint, okay? But Patty, guess what? I know exactly what went down. Katie is a very nice person, but she's devious underneath. She's the one who went in and said that. She probably emailed ENSA, and then ENSA, well, I don't know how she did it, because ENSA is another ass kisser. So she probably reported it to her boss, and then for me not to know what went down, they basically created that freaking drama. Okay, so that's it for you, America.